There's a pretty provocative idea about reading that you might have heard. It goes something like this: those who read just spend their whole lives repeating their own biases. And honestly, there's a kernel of truth in that. But the idea doesn't stop there. The second half is what really matters, that we read not to show off, but so that when others are arguing with emotion, we can persuade with logic. When others are swayed by rumors, we can counter with facts. And when others are trapped by the present, we can use history to see the future. Today, we're going to break down how to make that second part a reality. Let's start with that first uncomfortable idea that reading can just be a way to reinforce what we already think. It happens because our engagement with any text, any article, any book is always filtered through our own personal experiences and beliefs. This personal bias is like an unseen force. It guides how we interpret words, what we decide to focus on, and what we instinctively accept or reject. Think about it. Two people can read the exact same article on a controversial topic and walk away with completely different understandings. And the scary part is, both of them feel validated. Both feel the text proved them right because it aligned with what they already believed. This is how reading can become, as the saying goes, a way of repeating their own biases. The critical point here is that reading, which we think of as this objective search for knowledge, can quietly become a mechanism for self-validation, an echo chamber of one. Now, this isn't a criticism of reading itself, but of a passive approach to it. Recognizing that we all have this subjective filter is the first, most important step. Without that acknowledgement, we're not really engaging with new ideas. We're just hunting for confirmation. Fortunately, by adopting a more deliberate approach, reading can be transformed from a potential trap of bias into a powerful tool for clarity and foresight. So, how do we make that shift? It comes down to using reading as a sophisticated instrument for critical engagement with the world. This means prioritizing three things: logic over emotion, fact over rumor, and historical perspective over whatever is happening right now. Specifically, this is how reading equips us. It gives us the tools to dissect complex issues and spot flawed arguments. It helps us develop a keen ability to tell truth from falsehood by checking different sources. And it allows us to see patterns in history that can shed light on where we might be heading. What this really means is that when you approach it actively, reading becomes this powerful engine for developing essential thinking skills. In an age that is just saturated with misinformation and emotionally charged debates, these skills aren't